For over 11 years, Little Diva's balloon decorating has turned events into experiences, and celebrations have been turned into parties. Let Little Divas worry about making your event the best that it can be while you relax and enjoy it. Any event you can imagine: birthdays, anniversaries, weddings, family reunions, graduations, celebrations of life. Any event that you can possibly imagine, Little Divas can bring it to life. They specialize in balloon sculptures, cake table archways, and doorway arches. Get a hold of Little Divas right now and make your celebration, reunion, or business function one that people will never forget. Call 606-791-5616. That's 606-791-5616. Or visit them on Facebook.com/Little Diva Party Decorations and see for yourself. Of course, delivery is always available for a slight additional charge. Little Divas, it's where memories begin.
The following is a production of Sloan Studios. You know the podcast. Now it's time for the Mountain Mysteries Gatherings, a unique look inside the world of the Mountain Mysteries. This is where you learn a little more about the Mountain Mysteries episodes and come together to talk. It can be intense, it can be goofy, but it's always fun and mostly always interesting, even if you're rewatching Chris make a fool out of himself. Viewer discretion is always advised.
It's all about love and connection. You know who that sounds like?
Yeah, I do.
It's kind of a little bit shocking.
And I could see a figure, an outline, and it stood right there at my door and wouldn't come through.
Hey, this is Stacia Underwood Gullett.
I'm Josh Preston.
This is Amanda Collins.
I'm Dave Newsom, and I'm listening to these Mountain Mysteries.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I will be the last to fall. I won't shed a tear for them to see. I won't have your name to call, 'cause I will be the last to fall.
With over 24% of the 1.9 billion square acres in America alone, the mountains that so many people call home are also host to some of the most incredible mysteries in the world. The missing, the murdered, strange creatures, unexplained lights, and sightings of unidentified objects. These stories may be strange, they may be sad, they may be odd, but they are mysterious. These are the Mountain Mysteries Gatherings. And now, live from the Pantry Studio, broadcast to all time zones around the world, with listeners of the podcast in the United States, Canada, Germany, Norway, India, the United Kingdom, and more. These are the Mountain Mysteries Gatherings. Now, your host, Chris Sloan.
I look like Willy Wonka in that last freaking picture, sitting there going, wow, I bet that loud, ugly muffler makes it go fast. Do I not? Stacia, I can see her in the background. She's shaking her head at me right now, laughing. Yeah, it's been a day. It has not been a bad day. Managed to help some people, which is always a good thing. I'm Chris, and I would like to welcome you to the Mountain Mysteries Gatherings, once again making the point quite perfectly clear that this is not the podcast itself. It's a video to promote the podcast. The podcast is found on Apple, Spotify, Google, Amazon, Audible, just about anywhere that you can imagine a podcast would be found, almost. That's where we're at. And if you can't imagine it there, I probably don't want it there for a reason. So, yeah, look over me tonight. I do got this thing going on because I literally got in the second I hit live. It's been a pretty busy day, but a productive day and a blessed day. And I hope that you have had the same too. For the people out there right now battling the COVID thing, we wish you all prayers, and we send you all of our love and we certainly send you all of our prayers for a full and speedy recovery. I know many places around us are back in the red. This is nothing to laugh about, folks, so I'll never make jest on that. Let me tell you what's been going on. We, in quick order, released an episode that's going to turn loose tonight. And actually, it's quite a, for something that we had to move kind of quick, it was actually kind of cool. The name on that, actually, the one that we got coming up is the one I'm looking at right now. We'll get to that in a minute. But the one that we are releasing tonight is actually the Mountain Mystery of Teresita Bassa. Now, we all know what ghost stories are, right? I grew up on those. Let me go ahead and bring my dear, sweet, lovable friend in, Stacia Gullett. Stacia, how you doing this evening, dear?
I want you to know that picture of you is one of my favorites. You don't look funny in it.
I look like Willy Wonka sitting there
You
going,
don't. I love
tell
it.
me about how living off the government is so nice and how not everybody else is paying for it now. Yeah, the stimulus checks, how they help so much, and we didn't have to pay for them. $5
Yeah.
a gallon gas we are. Well, here it's, if I'm not mistaken, it's around $4. And I love this when they say $3.99.9. It's $4. $4 a gallon gas. And the thing that gets me about that is some people think, oh my God, that's so cheap.
Yeah.
The hell were you raised?
We was raised on 99 cents a gallon, wasn't we?
Yeah, that's where we come up with, right? 99 cents a gallon. It went to $1.50. I thought the old man was going to die right there.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I wasn't far behind him. Now it's, but we have seen it higher. So let's pray and hope. There's been some good things happening. I think I see people. I see a lot of people turning back and saying, we made a mistake when we kind of put God out of things. And the great thing about God is he's forgiving and he's loving. You call upon his name, he will come to you. So anyways, this is not a religious podcast either, but yet it is, because we do deal with spirits. Stacia, especially 606 Paranormal. You guys have helped so many people. I can't even begin to, if I had a great big stick, I couldn't shake it at them all.
I have a surprise for you.
Oh, I'm all ears. No, the Ovulus has come in. So this is
Just
like
came in.
the Mac Daddy of paranormal communication. Am I right? Oh, so we get to break it in tonight. Have you turned it on yet at all?
Oh, I've had it on for about 2 hours since I
How's
got
it working?
So far, so good. But I really want to take it somewhere kind of more private because everything in here is setting it off.
Well,
everything.
I mean,
so I really want to go somewhere more private.
You have a lot of objects in that room that are haunted.
I asked it earlier to tell me about Teresita, and the first thing it said was fire. Lie.
Let me tell you about Teresita. That's the subject of the episode, dropping tonight. She was born in 1929 in the Philippines. Now, you're sitting there thinking, well, that's a coon's age ago. Yeah, it's a long time ago. But she came to America in the 1960s. And what she brought with her was music, the gift of music, a very beautiful, valuable gift. But through whatever turn of events, she wound up in the medical field, which is heroes to me. Anybody in the medical field, you're a hero. And whatever you're getting paid, it's like our first responders, ain't enough. Anyway, she wound up becoming a respiratory therapist. One night, a friend of hers, and this was in February of 77, a friend of hers had called and said, hey, how you doing? Yeah, it was around 7 o'clock in the evening. Anyways, it was 5 minutes after this person got the phone with her. Here come the fire trucks. I mean, that quick. She was murdered. The fire in her apartment, there's where you got fire. The fire in her apartment was staged to cover up what really happened. What really happened, you're going to have to listen to the podcast to find out. But I promise you, you won't be disappointed. This episode's about 20, 23 minutes long, something like that. So it's not going to burn up a lot of your time. You can probably listen to it on your commute to work or at work with your friends. And heavens knows, Stace, we've got enough of the Mountain Mysteries episodes out there right now that people can binge on them pretty much a weekend. We actually get comments from people on YouTube saying, I spent a good part of the weekend listening to this stuff.
Absolutely.
And we had one, and I cannot remember her last name right now to save my life. Love her heart. And if she's watching right now, her name is Brenda. She's from Ohio. She is actually a supporter of the Mountain Mystery. She listens to us. She misses, or she does not miss, the episodes of the gatherings. And her sister, Ernestine, got her involved. So I'd like to say a big hi to Brenda and thank you. And that shirt, for whatever reason, if you wanted my name on it, it's coming. So trust me, Stace will tell you, I ain't nobody special. I'm just like everybody else out here, but I feel like I've got a calling. I've
He
got
is
a
special.
great big mouth and I know how to use it. And if it lends a voice to the people that have passed on, like our April, Tim, Dwayne, our Octavia, our Meryl, so many other people, and my apologies if I'm leaving some out, I know I am, but if it lends a voice to those who cannot come forward and speak to the masses like we can, then I will use that voice until God takes my last breath from me. And that's fine. And I don't care to call a bear a bear. If I think somebody did it, I'll do it. I'll say it. And what will have us right here is a good old fashioned cat fight. So it's sometimes the evidence doesn't point to anything but this individual, that individual. Can it be wrong? It can be swayed, because I will come out right now and tell you with the episode concerning April Pennington, I honestly don't think that John had anything to do with it after speaking with him one on one. I think that John was like I was and many other teenagers were. Uh, I was a jerk, but I had a soft spot for certain people, and April was one of them. April was like a little sister to me, and a beautiful little sister, but a little sister. But yes, we do call out people that we think are guilty. Um, I know several of my friends who have left this life. Oliver Little, Trevor Huff. These guys loved this thing. Trevor, I think Trev actually liked the gatherings as well or better than he did the podcast, because he said, "Man, it's just raw you. There's no script, there's no nothing." And I said, "Well, sometimes that can be an ugly thing." And he said, "Man, as long as you're speaking from the heart, it's never ugly." Trevor taught me what my mom always told me: the difference between knowledge and wisdom. Knowledge you use to make a living, wisdom you use to make a life. And I've had him especially on my mind today, very heavily. So, I'm sending love to all of the ones that we've loved and lost. And let's get this thing rolling about talking to, we've talked about them, and they are going to continue to come up time for time because they were such a big part of my life. And just like Stace, if you wanted to talk about somebody you lost, the floor is yours. I'll zip it, give you the camera. The
Hey,
floor is
we're
open.
all family.
Yes,
The
we
ones
are.
you talked about are my family too.
Yes, we are all family. So, with those things being said, I'm kind of keeping an eye on the chat room as much as I can. And I know Lloyd.
Yeah, he's on it.
Yep, Lloyd is all over it like a boar hog on a corn cob. So if you've got a question or you'd like to talk to somebody about coming through tonight, uh, you have to keep in mind, though, the same stipulations come along with the Ovulus as they do with the
Absolutely.
portal. We have zero control over who comes through, but I can almost bet Hannah's going to be somewhere around.
Yeah.
She kind of runs the show. She's like
Yeah.
the chief manager, the commander in chief here. And I got to say, and I've not told anybody this, and I don't even know what it means. We all have crazy dreams. I mean, I had a dream about a little girl handing me ice cream next to a cow out of a truck one night, and the cow's trying to get me to buy more ice cream. And I said, what are you doing, man? He said, "Bro, I got a family to feed, and my family's big." Where the hell that came from, I don't know. I knew the little girl in the truck. I've known her for a few years. Sweetheart. I have had dreams about Trev. And that dream was so vivid that to this day, I remember it like I'm sitting right here, right now in this studio.
It's a visit.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people said. And in that dream, he just told me, he told me two things. Actually, he told me several things, but the two that stand out the most, he said, "You need to get back on two wheels." Ladies and gentlemen, I have bought a 2022 Road Glide. Different color, blue, chromed to death. Put a stage 2 on the motor, which is what Ray Day and I, the manager of Mineshaft Harley, calls go fast stuff. And thunderous pipes on the back of it. Just why? Because I like it. But the other thing he said that really stuck out more to me than anything is he said, "This is going to be okay. you're headed towards what you're supposed to be doing. He said, you're headed towards it. And I have had dreams about others. I don't think that that's uncommon. I don't think that Sigmund Freud needs to step in here and say, well, this means that. I think I know what it means. I think it means that life goes on. And just because we're not in this shell, this is a mortal shell. Just because we're not in this shell doesn't mean that we don't continue after this. And I feel really pressed right now, Stace, if I may, to talk about something for anybody out there who is so beat down and so thinking about it's just not worth it anymore. Yes, it is. You
Absolutely.
are worth it. You're going through a trying time. It's going to come to a close. You're going to come out on top. If you think you're not good enough, let me tell you something. You set that bar high enough. You are the definition of what is good enough. And every day you choose to get up and put your feet on the floor and take one step in front of the other and breathe in and breathe out, that's a victory for you and that's a victory for God. So keep going. And know my number, you can contact me on Facebook. I'm sure Stace wouldn't mind. I don't think Amanda would mind. I don't think my daughter would mind, which, by the way, she is 21 today. So happy birthday to my baby girl. She's 21 years old today. And my God, she's getting more like her dad every day. That attitude. That here, I've got something for you. Then she holds up the weird number one finger, only it's not the number one finger. So she's a little more like her dad every day. She's like, hey, I got something for you. She's got a great career. She's happy. And the best part for me is she's in my life.
What a great person.
Oh, she's awesome. I love her. And even if this should come about, yeah, Stacia called me a shankopotamus. I'll let you all do the math on what a shankopotamus is. I'll tell you it has to do with golf. You can figure that out. And I've been told before that I don't need to yell 4. I need to yell like 16 or 32 when I swing a club.
You know, Sharon's got a point. She said in the chat room, look at what I've been through. I'm still here because I have a purpose.
Yeah, Sharon actually
been to hell and back.
She's been through hell and back. And she's still here because she knows that April wouldn't want it any other way.
That's right.
Her daughter got this whole thing started. This whole thing. And I remember coming to Sharon once when I talked to her about, I'm thinking about doing a video to promote the podcast. And I don't think it was a day later, Stace, that she said, April wants you to do those videos.
Yep.
So
she brought us together too. Me and Sharon.
Yes, again. And she brought you and I together again after years.
3 years.
Years. So the case that you're going to be hearing tonight is about Teresita Bassa. Can you imagine a story in which a human being's spirit actually leads police to their killer? Not only that, but puts him away for life. Behind bars. And there's a catch-22 there, but you're going to have to listen to the episode. You can listen to it tonight at midnight when it drops, or if it's tomorrow or Saturday or Sunday, whatever the case may be, but check it out. The next one we got coming up is just a good old-fashioned. There's going to be between 9 and 18 different real-life hauntings, including one I know you've heard of, my dear, the Myrtle Plantation. That thing, well, let me rephrase that. That particular property, along with others that aren't so famous. Look, everybody knows about Amityville. We've covered the Boulevard, the Watcher. I'm not so sure that that's a ghost as much as just a creepy stalker person or people. But still, it's creepy. So, yeah, we did it. And I think my kid did a great job voicing the Watcher. And but these are some things that you might not have heard about, or maybe you have in passing. And coming soon, we've confirmed Bill Bean is going to be on the show. And we're hoping that he'll be right here on the gatherings with us as well to talk about his experiences as a deliverance minister, as well as his experiences as to what led him to that point since the time he was a child. And you're going to find out one thing about Bill. He is a fantastic guy. And he just wants to help people. And he's also a best-selling author. And like I said, there's nothing wrong with making money off of writing your stories. especially when they're based in truth. So, Stace, with that being said, we're already 23 minutes into this thing. What do you think about us starting up do you want to use the Ovulus?
Oh, I've got them both going.
Okay, so let's turn them up. And if anybody is in the chat room that would like to reach out to somebody, or we can just kind of wing it and play it by ear for a spell and see what happens with this. But please, once again, if you've not subscribed to the Mountain Mysteries podcast, please do so. It makes a big difference to us. I'd love to see those numbers up there. We are in 38 countries around the world, including Belgium, Australia. Just take your pick. We're all over the place. And it all started with this little 16-year-old girl named April Pennington, and it grew from there. And I think that that's God's will, and I can't help but wonder if April was nudging that along too. So let's turn them up and see what we get.
Let's do it. All right. So I've talked to you before the show. Do you want to come back through and talk to us and tell me what your name is this time? Were you someone that we talked about earlier? Can you speak English?
And keep in mind, Teresita was born in the Philippines.
That's who I actually called out to before we went on. Well, she certainly has something to say, but I cannot make out what that is. Can you talk to me so that I can understand you?
Teresita, if that's you, could you simply give us a one-syllable phrase for yes, such as huh, or a two-syllable phrase for no, huh? Or you can choose to not say anything at all.
Or you can leave me.
Yes. I'm pretty sure she just told
Still
me to
there?
go off. So.
All right, let's change the channel real quick.
Okay. How many channels does this have?
About 50. And what is your name? Something music. Do you love music? I tell you what, last week really blew our minds.
It did.
Lloyd was tore up for about 2 days after that. Yeah. Well, you never know what it's going to attach to. You never know with stuff like that. Okay, I'm going to switch channels and ask if anybody else wants to come through and talk to us. The portal is now
Something
open.
else about Teresita was she was known to give local children in her neighborhood music lessons on the piano.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense then. Okay. Do you have a message for somebody that's here with us? Go on and what? It's like I said, your first love. Just write everything down. Okay. Can you tell us who you have a message for? It's the ovulus going off. The ovulus said, that lady.
Wow.
Teresita, that's you. Can you give us a syllable? Yes or no? Someone said nay. Can you say yes or no for us, maybe?
She could speak English.
It's a sign. The ovulus said she sent a sign. Somebody was a fool. That wasn't good. Did you hear that?
I did. Showing.
I'm having a little bit of trouble making that out from here, honey. What does it say?
Don't know if you can see it or not. Devil.
Okay, well, that's not good.
I was hoping to not hear that one tonight. All right, I'm going to reopen this back up. Anybody else wants to come and talk to us? We've got it open. You're more than welcome to come through with love and light. It's a little bit creepy. Can you tell me what your name is? One at a time. Do you have a message for somebody here? Can't hear the ovulus. It's too low. We're going to hook it up to a speaker too. Do you have a message for me or Chris? What's your message? Something in the house. Are you in the house? Are you buried near here? No, you.
So now you know.
There's a screaming one again. Keeps following us through the channels. Let's switch. All right, let's go back. I'm going to restart it. All right. We open our portal back up. If anybody wants to come through for us, we're here. Is this Hannah? Hey, you. Well, hey, you. Yep, your mama's here. Yep, she's in it. I want to thank you for coming through. It's always a pleasure when it's you. Yeah, sometimes we have to leave you, and I'm sorry. But you know you're welcome to come here anytime. I love her and something with hearts. Love you too. We all do.
We're going to put her name on the marquee as the co-host.
She has
So
something
we're
to
all three
say.
co-hosts.
She's going to come through and say something.
Yeah.
That's how it's going to be.
But I've got to admit, I love hearing from her.
Yeah, me too. All right, Hannah. Is there anybody else with you that wants to come through? Now, I had that turned off and that came through.
Whoa. What? That was turned off and it came through anyway?
I turned it off to give it a reset. And it's what you hear is what's coming through it.
I ain't trying to be rude, but it sounds like bro's speaking in French. I can't.
They get sometimes so fast I can't understand them.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to ask you to come back through. Whoever needs to, come back through and talk to us. And if you can, speak slowly. I know you want to say something, but we can't hear you if you talk so fast. You have a message for one of us? Safe. You're safe, okay. Does that sound like, does anybody know that one? All right.
I had somebody in here asking if Chad was there.
Chad, if you're out there, if you want to come through and make contact with me, I would love to hear from you. That's my cousin.
Oh.
Debbie is actually my cousin. I want to open this up for anybody that wants to come through. Who's your message for? I'll tell you what, tonight sound like some different languages. I wish I knew
That one
how to speak different languages.
Yeah, it reminded me of French, but
yeah, but it could be gibberish too.
It could be. It could be.
Yeah, that sounds backwards, kind of. Do you have a message for somebody? My bub, something. Do you have a message for your bub? Is your bub around here? Is he in the chat room or with us? Said it felt really ill.
I feel presence.
On the ovulus?
No, I feel one here.
Oh. Okay. I'll note that. It's going crazy. I'm just going to turn it back up, see what's going on. Yes, we're here. You said that you're weak. Is there somebody you have a message for? Does that sound familiar to anybody?
See if you can get a hold of Matthew. And then when he gets ready, let me know.
You know how to who?
Matthew.
Okay.
It's from Carl Wayne Asher Center.
Okay. If there's a Matthew out there, can you come through and talk to us? We have somebody here that would like to hear from you. What's your name? Can you tell me? Can you tell us what your name is? Something I want him to know that. Who do you want to have this message, and I'll give it to him, okay? Can you tell me that? Are you with Hannah? No, we're not sick of hearing from her.
No, never. This person sounds very young, though.
Is Hannah there with you, honey? Is that your sister? No, it's a spirit. Do you have any family there with you? Burn again. Is this Daniel? Did you? Did you come through last week and talk to us about the box? Well, that went out pretty quick. Are you still there?
Wow.
Can you tell us what your name is? Is Matthew with you? Can you tell me if you have him there with you? I know you like to look after him.
Yes.
I told Sharon next time she came through, I would ask if Matthew was with her. Of course, you know who that sounds like to me.
Yeah.
Here, read it.
What? I can't read it. I can't. You'll have to read it. I've got my hands on 2 different devices, so.
So Carl wouldn't answer. So also see if you can get a hold of Maggie, and then when she gets ready, let me know.
Can you give me your first name? Do you have any kind of a message for somebody here? It says, I tried.
I tried.
I tried. Something, a song. Did you have a favorite song? Does anybody else want to come through and talk for us? Sharon. It's really funny. Charla, Sharon. What's really funny? You don't have to whisper. You can talk up. Do you have a message for one of those two? The truth. You never know what's going to come through when we're doing this. I was doing a spirit reading after the show. One of the guests asked me to help him out. And we were sitting there talking through on the spirit box, and it came through Wolf Lake. It was a terrible lie.
Wolf Lake was a terrible lie.
And, you know, I was doing a private reading for somebody. And it came through Wolf Lake. And it came through exactly 3 times on me. Terrible lie. Somebody told a terrible lie.
Oh.
But who? And what was the lie? I wonder.
That it was a drowning.
Yeah, it wasn't no drowning.
Accidental drowning.
Yeah.
That was a lie.
Yeah.
She said that was a lie. We know it was a lie. We just can't get anybody to come forward and help us prove it. Was that you? Did you say that was you that said that? Can you tell us what your first name is? Do you have a message for your family? They sure made a fuss.
Yep.
Awful lonely.
Fuss.
They sure made a fuss.
Lonely.
Sideline.
You know, that was
Mr. Somebody had him by the arm or something. Did someone have you by the arm? Did they hurt you? Seems like they fell off. Just made it seem like it fell off.
seemed like, yeah.
He weeps.
He weeps.
He weeps. Did you see Chad? I think I saw Chad there. Ma and Pa something. Something Ma and Pa they said to me. Something walk with me. Did we walk with you? Life is fast.
It's too fast. Too short.
Never be silent. Do you have a message for somebody that's here?
Never be silent.
No, never. They sure are dear. This has not been easy. I'm so sorry.
How long have they been gone? How long have they been crossed over?
He said, I've been here, what?
How long have you been crossed over?
How long have you been crossed over? Something said crossed never.
Ooh.
Never been over to the other side. Stayed here.
I know something.
We'd love to know.
Is there something why? Something my nanny.
Do you have any kind of unfinished something that you need to do? What is that? Why you're staying here?
It's like I've been wandering. I sure miss her. You know, they always seem to get that message. They always miss somebody so badly. That proves we miss them, you know, just as much.
I know the feeling.
Yeah. With his paw. Are you with your paw? He loves all of those. Love those. Thank you for coming through and talking to us. You know, if there's anybody that I can help anybody with, that I will try to do that.
Wait a minute. Sharon brings up a good point. Did he say he missed his nanny?
Yes. He said, Nanny.
Marie had a very close connection with Dwayne. Sharon just brought that up.
Where's she? I don't see her on here.
I just saw Sharon just a second ago on there.
Yeah, she's on here. That could be Dwayne.
Hey.
You know, it's summertime. I mean, he's bound to come through.
Who did you say that you missed just a second ago when you first came through? Can you tell me that? So I said Chris. Did you have a message for Chris? I'm in pure light.
Remember?
Hugging you, man.
Oh.
Is that a message for Chris? That one's louder.
I thought it said remember much or remember
family. Yep, we're all family. High five.
Wow.
Sounding like another song lyric. That's weird.
What's your feelings on this, Stace? Do you think that's Dwayne?
This one is not. This one's an older person that says he'll never leave somebody. And that they're his family. He's their family. Dwayne, if you're out there, can you come through and talk to us? You know that we're family here. You've always known that. Anytime we've ever asked you to come through, you've came through. If you want to come through and you have any kind of a message for anybody, you know I'll give the message. We're going to open this up through Love and Light. Mama, ask Mama something. Do you have a message for somebody in here that your Mama? That is your Mama? My what? Is there any of Dwayne's people in here?
Mildred was earlier.
I'm not sure. Do you have a message for Mildred?
She is here.
Mildred, does that sound anything?
She's here.
Ask her if she did. Yeah. Hang on. I can read it now. It's up here. She says, I am here. She's there. Does anybody recognize this voice? Because he sounds like he's got a lot to talk about tonight. Do you have a message for your family? Better something. At their, you know, I have to write it down and re-listen to it. I've got it recorded. They all want you to know that they love you. Something Hollis.
Yep.
Do you have a specific message you want us to give Mildred? Something about it went by so fast I didn't know anything.
Well, I was asking Mildred, does this sound like him?
Well, somebody's got their puppy, so we know who that is.
She is. She's got quite the little voice on her.
Asked Mildred. She said she didn't know if it sounded like.
That's why I didn't mention any names or anything, because I wasn't for sure who it was.
Okay.
Bad as we want it to be, that doesn't mean it is, you know. Sunshine.
Ah.
I think that describes her pretty well. Little Miss Sunshine.
To a T.
Beautiful. Is it beautiful where you are? Something, a woman. And there she was. Did you meet someone new? You know, there's so many questions. You have to wonder, you know, do they meet people when they pass away, and are they at a certain spot and they meet other people there, or go here and meet somebody, or if they're alone, or who's with them, or...
I like to think they do. I like to think they can. It's
So she said, Chris. Have you? Yeah. She's with the animals.
Hmm.
You know, we could have never guessed that. She's a little baby. All right, we're going to ask if anybody else wants to come through at this time. You know, we ask just love and light. We don't allow anything evil to come through here. That one's been through here a couple times. This one sounds kind of French. I can't.
I don't even recognize the tonal
I
quality of his
can't.
voice.
Yeah, I can't understand what he's saying. I wish I could. Is there anybody else that wants to come through or may have a message for somebody? Is there somebody in the chat room that you have a message for? Like I said, Sharon there at the beginning. Sharon, does that sound like anybody to you?
Yeah.
Did you have a message for Sharon?
She keeps saying Victoria.
Oh, Victoria. Bobby says that she's keep us on saying Victoria. That's her sister. Victoria's getting ready to have a baby, and Hannah is going to be an aunt. You know, I thought I heard her say auntie. So they know.
Oh, they know everything. They
sure do.
They know more about us than we know about ourselves.
100%.
I do believe that.
Says weeps. Is there a new baby coming? I heard her say baby. My baby sis or something.
No. A divorce.
Love to all.
She knows.
It's a beautiful baby. Something sister. Left something, and there she was. Never fails.
It's become to where we can pretty much bet money every week that Hannah's going to show up.
Hey, can you tell me what your name is? It's what? Can you repeat it for me? Do you have a message for somebody? Who do you have a message for? So I said for Chris. I've heard your name 2 or 3 times tonight on this. Gosh. That one's coming through so strong I had to turn it down. We can hear you.
You have no idea how this has helped me.
I'm glad we could help you, Bobby. That's what it's all about for me. And for Chris, too. I mean, this is what we do. I think it's what we were meant to do. Can you tell me what your name is, please? I will believe you. Said you wouldn't believe me.
I'm trying.
He tried.
He tried. Who tried? That's the second time that we've heard that message tonight.
Did you pass away somewhere in between me and Chris?
Bobby says it's been so bad lately. Hannah keeps me hanging on.
Bobby, anytime that you want to try to talk to her, all you got to do is just let me know. We have a message from Bobby on there. Said that this helps her, keeps her hanging on. We're always here for you. And I mean that. And just getting to know her through hearing her voice coming through every now and then, it means a lot to me too. I'm sure it does to all of us.
Well, if we're not here to help each other, then why are we here?
That's true.
It doesn't, yeah.
Are you back? Okay. It's a beautiful baby. Is the baby going to be beautiful? It's a boy. Do you have a message for Bobby?
Bobby says my favorite day.
If you want hugs, are you always there to give her hugs? You're beautiful, Bobby.
Bobby says my favorite day is Thursday. All I want is to.
Did you just confirm it's going to be a boy?
Yes, it's going to be a boy.
Something about this woman I love. Well, you know what? We all love you too.
You know, I think a lot of people actually watch this program to see, is there really anything that happens after we leave this life? Yeah. This is just the start.
Yep. Womb.
Whoa.
Oh.
She's got animals. I love how she says animals.
Mm-hmm.
You say womb?
Says what?
Womb.
Womb. The womb. Like a baby in the womb.
Mm-hmm.
That's what the ovulus
And
said.
she also correctly said that it was going to be a little boy.
A boy. All of us. She said something earlier about her sister is going to have a baby. Is that right? Is your sister going to have a baby? Believe what you've seen in her or something like that. Peace. Bobby says, I'm sure she's so happy to see me and her dad come together since our divorce that we are finally friends and going together to South Carolina for the birth of the baby. Are you happy for your mom and dad? Love you.
Love you. Heard that loud and clear.
Mm-hmm. She's very specific on that love you and all of her animals. I know who is.
Yeah.
For those to be able to make a word on here, it's to me.
That right there in and of itself is a miracle.
It's miraculous to hear words. And it's just like with on the ovulus, everything that it takes to make a word on this. This works with EMF. It works with the temperature, that's going on. It works with so many different things to combine it to make a word. And it's to get words like what we're getting it's a miracle. It really is. For me, I've never seen anything like these portals. It's worth every penny.
It's astounding what they can do.
It really is.
Bobby said, baby, we will always love you.
Do you have a message for someone? This soft voice.
I tell you who it sounds like.
Yes. Do you have a message for Chris? What's your message? Sounds like she's a good night. Love. Wish. You're breaking up on me. Can you come a little stronger? With love. It's like a grace. With love and wishes. Something you can learn. An honor. Mommy. Are you always there? It's not like you said, I'm always there. Will you always be there?
Sarah appeared and asked if anyone came through with the name Ashley.
Not tonight that I've heard.
Not yet.
Yeah, not yet. We never
not
know.
yet.
Because I'll be honest, every day I wake up, it's another day closer to being with Hannah. I can't wait until I can be with her.
Yeah. As soon as you get there with her. Something had a meaning. Do you have a message for your mom? You've done so much for me, Chris.
Not nearly enough, dear.
Love you so much.
I love you more than you know. I miss you.
And she swears it.
Well, maybe the day will come when she'll put that head back on my shoulder and say, instead of high school saying I don't want to be here, maybe she'll say I'm glad we're here. That would be pretty cool.
Her heart beats when she heard that. So soft. She's so sweet. You all are so sweet. I know I've heard her say his name twice tonight. Not his name, what she calls him. Yeah.
Crease.
Yeah, I've heard it twice tonight from this voice. We won't lose hope. And I think that's meant for everybody.
Yes. Yes.
Absolutely. Okay. Is there anybody else that wants to come through? I'm going to open it up one last time. If anybody wants to come through and talk, we're here for you. And I'm going to turn it up. Welcome. Do you have a message for somebody?
Sarah's just got me too.
Something endless. Do you have a message for anybody? So the Lord shall something. Let me go over here and switch this off. Okay. The days have passed.
You okay, Stace?
Yeah, we have to always, it gets us a little emotional every time she comes through because it's just a miracle that we get a voice.
The impact of the losses. 3 decades later, it's no easier.
True. Is Hannah trying to push you out? Sound like Hannah was trying to push her out.
Oh, if Hannah wants to, she will. That's Hannah. Well, it got a little quiet.
It's always quiet. It gets so emotional.
It does.
Somebody's on here whispering. Didn't like what I heard there. I didn't like to hear that.
Boy.
Devil again. Watch out for him. That's what it said.
We're not gonna let him in.
Something, your sins or something.
Yeah.
Well, everybody sins, but through the blood of Christ, we are forgiven.
Something belief. It's serious. You just where you heard Robert. It seems like I hear something every now and then, but most of the gibberish.
Purgatory, train, candy,
Purgatory.
contrition,
Contrition.
knife, to disturb, crescent,
Okay.
bet, hole, evil, off.
Did you hear that one? Evil?
Yep.
That was
It was
crazy
like
sounding evil.
evil.
Yeah. Is this supposed to do that?
That was uncalled for.
Yeah, we don't want to hear the evil stuff.
It's trying to send a warning.
You have a message for somebody? I think it's, yeah. It's kind of lights glaring off of it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It says you are in harm's way. Don't bet on it.
Gouge. Roll.
Gouge.
That's one of my family members.
What is it?
Claudette Smith Lamaster says that's probably one of my family members, laugh out loud.
Claudette, yeah, yours and mine. It's one thing, that's why we give a warning, because we never know what's going to come through.
Pay attention to those feelings, Sharon.
Oh my God, I just had the weirdest feeling, Sharon said.
It's going on here too, Sharon. Is it absurd? What's absurd? And then what? Something that was a miracle. Almost like I said Gabe. Something about my family, and then some other voice came through. That was crazy.
You know, that is true. Last week you had that case, that case of something attached itself to Lloyd and he couldn't shake it for 6 days.
Nope. Then I got it.
And now?
Today's the first day I've been out of bed. And that was to go get the mail.
How are you now?
I'm weak, but I'm okay. Boo. Hello. Something, mister. Yeah, if that wasn't a childhood song, I don't know what was. That sounds like a child, but like a little boy or something. Do you have a message for somebody? Can you listen to me for a second? Do you have a message for somebody? Sound like I said F. No. What's your name? My name is Jeffrey. Is your name Jeffrey? Did I hear you right? I'm not buying this one.
Something is going to happen to someone, Sharon said.
He said yes. Sound like it says Sharon heard that in her garage.
Sharon, the portal said yes.
Do you have a message for anybody that's here in the chat room or for us? Don't hold your breath or something like that. It said something Susie. Sound like Susie. Could be Sissy. I don't know.
Oh, look, Sharon, I'm not liking this.
Yeah, I'm not buying that this is a kid.
No.
I have just that
Not
good
even.
kind of feeling that this is not a kid. So we're going to close this voice wave.
My discernment is going crazy on this thing. Or my feelings, whatever you want to call it.
Gut instinct for sure.
Yeah.
We're going to let you go, and we're going to wish you lots of love and hope that you go towards the light. Sometimes I just don't buy it. When things don't say sweet things, you know when they first come off with cuss words, it's not good.
You ever get that feeling of lockjaw?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I've got it.
Something says I miss you, something with the S. I'll wait for her. Tell her I miss her. I'll wait for her.
Anybody watching this or anybody in the chat room or anywhere have any idea? I mean, have you recently lost a loved one? I mean, a recent. This voice I've heard of. I think I've heard that a time or two tonight before, or at least that tone. That
Sherry says it's her dad. Sound like he actually just said Sherry.
Sherry, does that sound like your dad?
Sherry. I hope to hear from her, it said. Something blessed. Something about belief in the Lord.
Rico says your mom's not doing well.
Goodness. Do you have a message for Sherry's mother?
Mary Lou.
So low. Almost sound like you said Ernestine there at the end too. Do you want to send them your love? Yes, it was like a name.
Ask him what happened the day he passed.
Something about he's fishing or something. They wanted to know what happened the day that she passed. I didn't know he was passing or something. I didn't know I was passing. It's like you said, the star. I looked at the stars and they were all passing me by. I apologize, Sherry. He's talking so low that I really can't make a lot of it out. And I've got it turned up all the way on the portal box. He just seems to want to talk really low. But now if you can make something out, you can let me know. He's talking again. Something real love. They're starting to get in a habit of whispering when I turn it off.
Sometimes they don't know they're passing. He did talk low at the end.
My love is with them. It sounded like something in their arms, in her arms. And then I didn't get the last part. I also wanted to show you this. It's got a thing on here where you can actually have the spirit draw something for you.
Okay.
It has the draw mode. So if you're somewhere that, I don't know if you can see it or not. And
it's a little too bright.
You want to do that type of a communication, then they can actually draw a picture. And then it also has a truth or true or false. So is Chris on the air right now? It's going up towards the green, so that's for true. And if it went down towards the red, then it would be mean for false.
Okay.
So it's got all kinds of little gadgets that we can test out whenever we go somewhere live.
That's pretty awesome.
It actually has the talking one. And then it has a dictionary.
Left. Sacrifice. Shining. Satan. Priest.
That wasn't good. It says Satan and priest. The first thing there. That's.
I was going to say I could have done without that part.
I told you, having it here in this room is not a good thing. Well, it is a good thing. It's an interesting thing, but
it is interesting. Yeah.
It's just trying to tell us probably what we already knew on that note. But yeah, it should prove to be pretty interesting.
The only question I'd have for him is I already know the answer to. Does this get any easier? No, it doesn't. But it is a fight worth fighting.
It says the Southern Weep.
Claudette Smith Master says, do you do private readings?
Yeah.
Tell her.
Well, I don't know what's going on with the portal, but it's been going crazy since we've been talking. So I'm just going to turn it up for a second and see what's on there.
Hannah will be there. It's.
Stacia just got kicked off 3 times.
Yeah, Sharon's been kicked off 3 times.
You know what? I don't know if that was Hannah or not because it really didn't sound like her there towards the end.
We have to be very careful with these kind of things.
I'm going to reset everything here. Hannah, if you're there and you want to come back through, I've reopened it in Love and Light, and you can come through and talk to us now. No, that's her. We always know it's her. She says puppy first thing.
If it has to do with animals, yeah. Pretty good chance.
Pure.
3. Drive. Push. Branches.
Love you all. Thank you for coming through and talking to us.
As a little girl,
We love you, Hannah.
We do love you. You're beautiful, Chris.
Well, I'm glad she thinks so.
This woman in her loves you too. I don't know how we ever got so lucky.
God's love. We don't deserve it, yet we get it. Even when we think we don't need it, that's when we need it the most. His forgiveness. We always need that.
Absolutely.
And we should all ask for it a little more. You know, when we started this thing, I just wanted to make a difference in somebody's life. That's all this was about. That's all
And
this
then
was about.
some.
And it will continue as long as God grants me the strength and the breath to do so. Because if we can make a difference in more than one person's life, then maybe inspire hope in one person that had none. Or show people that this life, as short as it is, it's beautiful and it's worth living. Because the thing isn't beautiful because it lasts. It's beautiful because it doesn't. We've had many friends, time and over, prove that to us. They're gone.
Yep.
Or are they? As long as we remember them, they're never really gone. That's the whole point of this.
Right.
It's the whole point of the Mountain Mysteries. It's the whole point of the podcast. The Gatherings is a place for us all to come together. So I guess Sharon was right. And I see now, I think, why April wanted this. This life goes up. There's so much more to it than what we see. But like George Warren himself said, the fairy tale is real. Angels and God exist. So do demons and devils. And who or where we wind up and how we wind up greatly depends upon the elective path that we choose to follow. You are worth it. Don't give up. There is hope out there. You
Absolutely.
can call on Stace. You can call on Lloyd. You can call on Chris. Any number of people. I know with the 606 Paranormal team and the Mountain Mysteries team, which includes Amanda too, you can call on any of us. Fans of the Mountain Mysteries, bet you can call on some of them too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm sorry, not George Warren, Ed Warren.
We know what's meant.
Ed was Lorraine's husband. And I constantly, for whatever reason, get that name in my head with George. I don't know why, I just do, but it was Ed Warren. Or Ed Warren, I'm sorry. Ed and Lorraine. But Ed very much did say that.
Mm-hmm.
And he's right, I think. I believe it 100%. He is very right. You know, people will argue, well, how can you believe in something you don't see? I don't see air, but I know it's there. Every time I see a child smile at me, or a dog walks up to me and wants me to pet it, or I hear a kid laugh, or I see a down on her luck mom get a home, or come into some kind of good fortune. Oh, God's real. I remember being so low at one point after my parents died, I was ready to just end it. And I made a prayer. I prayed, God, give me your peace. And within a matter of hours, I started having that peace. So I asked him again, kind of like asking for seconds at the table. Hey, can I have some more of that? Sure. Absolutely. All you got to do is ask. And even when I turned my back on him those years ago, probably about 6 or 7 years ago, he was right there. Never went anywhere. And I found that out in a very, very significant way. It's like somebody said, you know what?
And it's still coming through, guys. I've got it
Yeah.
turned off and she's still coming through over here. So yes, you are hearing her.
It's somebody said once, well, I don't believe in God. And I said, that's okay. He believes in you.
Yeah.
How can you believe in something that you really don't believe in? I mean, how can you not? So it's real. That was the whole purpose of us doing the episode on the afterlife. Not to convince you, but to simply lay out this is what it is. When you've got people who are logical thinking people, people of science, people who are doctors, people who are nurses, people who have had that experience, and then they come to you and say, there's more out there than what we think there is. Oh, there is. Turn on the news.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, right now, what's the news is concentrating on mostly is all the bad stuff in the world, because the bad's what sells papers. It's what sells the news. It's what gets sponsors. You know, you heard about the gunfight the other day, or the shooting in the mall, and then kind of like, oh yeah, well, there's this guy who was illegal. You know, he carried a weapon legally and stopped it. I don't condone violence. I'm not saying I do, but what I am saying is sometimes you have to do what is necessary to protect the people you love from the evil things in this world.
Yep.
And that's just a fact. It has been since the days of Cain and Abel. It's just a fact. Don't care how you look at it. Lloyd okay?
He's up here popping his legs and arms.
Oh.
Sorry.
Sarah had a good point. She said, anytime you hear a baby girl talking about animals, puppies, bunnies, yeah, that is, don't quit. Because I honestly, in my soul, believe God has a plan for every single one of us. I spent 50 some years trying to figure out why in the hell am I here? Then one day I had a question. I had this beautiful little dark-haired angel on my mind. Her name was April. And I said, why is it that I don't hear anything about her outside of Yes, Down at the Lake in 1991? Why is it that the only thing I could find on Google was her find a grave memorial thing?
Because I put it on there.
That's probably why. And I thought, well, if we can do something about that, something, anything, maybe God will work. And God will work on he'll work through any one of us. We have to let him, though. And we have to do it with good intent. And my intent was to keep her memory alive, and to maybe, for the people who had not heard, introduce them to her. And then the next thing you know, well, maybe Jane hadn't heard, so she goes and tells John. John tells Joe. Joe tells Pete. And it goes on and on and on. And now here we are, 38 countries.
Wow.
And some of these things I can't even pronounce. That's not me. It ain't got a thing to do with me. It's got everything to do with God. Because even though I want you to know April, I want you to know Dwayne, I want you to know Tim, I want you to know Stace. I want you to know Lloyd. I want you to know Amanda. I want you to know me. Because we're family. But what I want more than anything is for you to know that God, His promise, and listen to me very carefully here, His promise is as real as it gets. It doesn't get any more real. And all you've got to do is accept it. Price has already been paid. Now, am I the Sunday morning stand up in church Christian? No, that's not me. I'm not claiming to be. But I've seen Him work.
Oh, here, sit down.
It's incredible.
Yep.
We are 2 hours into this, guys. I mean, seriously, this is longer than a Friday the 13th movie. We've gone over the 90-minute mark. So we've busted the horror genre plumb out of the water, with the exception of maybe a Stephen King film. And we're not going there. No, because some of the things we've heard tonight, I like this, what Debbie said. The sky has a dark cloud and one light cloud. Chad always said, keep your chin to the sky, Mom. That's why his monument has my shooting star. That's beautiful. I love it.
She's a great mother.
Debbie, you have my respect.
Mine too.
Sincere gratitude for coming and being here with us tonight. And I hope you'll tell your friends about us. We're here Thursday nights. There is no charge to watch this. It's something that, that light went on, right? It's something that we
be light.
And if we can help one person, then it's worth it. Do you have anything to add, my dear?
This is the mascot. He had to come and say hello.
Oh, what's his name?
This is Enzo's. Whenever you hear snoring and snorting and everything in the background,
that's Enzo's.
This is
I love Enzo's. He's beautiful.
What he's doing right now, he's doing a little snorting for everybody.
Mm-hmm. Well, maybe that's his way of singing a song. So
yeah,
I think that's perfectly fine. So, Stace, thanks so much for being on with us tonight.
Hey, we loved it.
Thank you. Yes, that fur baby is absolutely adorable.
You like the mustache?
Oh, I love him. I mean, I just think he's awesome.
You know what he's doing? He's keeping Lloyd from touching me.
We'll get her.
Yep.
He don't want anybody to get around me too close.
Yep. Just Dad, right?
Since I've been sick and he just won't leave my side. So
angels.
He's a good guy.
Angels can have fur too.
That's for sure.
I believe that with everything in me.
That's for sure. He's a big lover.
Stace, Lloyd, I love you guys. Thanks a lot for being part of the night.
Thanks for having us.
We'll see you next Thursday.
All right.
God bless you.
God bless you too.
Remember, guys, you're worth it. Stay with it. Live your life. Enjoy each day. And always be thankful and give praise in everything. I'm Chris Sloan for the Mountain Mysteries gatherings, and thanks for bringing us into your home this evening, or wherever you may be watching this. God bless you. We love you. Take care of yourselves. And as always, stay mysterious.